Man, you guys are making a lot of good points. I think the one thing I'll say that I don't think has been said enough this year, they had pretty clearly the best offensive line in the NFL last year. Would you guys agree?
1,000%.
Yeah.
Okay. That group, and I know those guys, and I hang out with those guys sometimes socially, and I, love those guys. They're not a top 10 group this year. So that's a massive difference. And there's reasons for that. So I would say at least two reasons would be, number one, with guys being in and out of the lineup. I don't know how many games Toe started at center for Juergens or Toe started at left guard for Landon. Obviously, Lane's been out. Fred Johnson's been in there. They just haven't had the same continuity and chemistry. And we've seen way more guys coming free unblocked. Way more. So that's part number one. The second part of it is they're just not what they were a year ago physically. And the best way you can see that is like if you watch a tush push, I can tell if you just watched Landon Dickerson over the last month or so, I can't tell you how much respect I have for that guy. He is hurting. I mean, he I don't know. I mean, he's had 2 knee surgeries since the Super Bowl. But this is why I thought Sirianni did the right thing by giving those guys rest last Sunday, even though I was calling the game and it would have been cooler if the starters were out there. He did the right thing because you can see, especially guys like Juergens, Dickerson, maybe to a lesser extent Mailata, they are not what they were last year. And I think if you asked every single one of those guys, they would have all said the same thing. Just let me feel as good as I can, as I possibly can for this playoff run. So, look, I'm not saying the coaches have lit the world on fire. They haven't. There's too many times where it seems like all the receivers are covered or, it's not a really impressive route combination or whatever. But the biggest difference I've seen in the offense this year is when you go from the number one offensive line in the league to not a top 10 unit, that's a pretty significant
No, there's no
drop-off.
question.